good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Joining a horse ox chair is the one and only Bridgeman. How we doing, Bridge?
Oh, can I say a big good evening to you, pal? Huge good evening to the boys in the lobby, and a massive good evening to all the Rangers fans that are celebrating all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Marvellous.
Oh, Bridge.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. You know, I have to say, Oxshare, I have to say, that's possibly the greatest Ibrox event I've ever been at. It was yesterday. It was just wonderful.
Oh, I don't know. The time when I done the Guard of Honour at the Centenary.
Well, that would have been a bit different for you. Yeah, I remember that. But no, seriously, that was just what a display where boys.
What about the Frank Sinatra concert?
But that was really great. I haven't seen Ibrox full of
emotion.
Everything, and you know them no being in the Copeland Road, the sort of Broomland Road, made a massive difference as well. The atmosphere was electric. You cut it with a knife. Seriously, really heavy stuff. Fabulous.
I think it was a day for the support. No, we don't know where it's going to take us, Bridge, but it was a day for the support and the emotion. And it's another monkey off our back. Yeah.
Well, he's knocking them down all the way along the line, isn't he? As he goes on, we created some of these things ourselves, simply because of our position that we were in, and we're slowly but surely climbing back up. And there you go. There's another one. So the last time that we beat them in a competition in any way, shape, or form, which was the Scottish Cup semi-final, they sacked their manager. So what are they going to do with that one? And we absolutely trounced them. Absolutely trounced them. So I'm so happy. So happy.
I think for me, I think it was a day for the fans. A lot of wrongs righted and made to how do I put this? Put certain individuals back in their box where they belong. Yeah.
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 100% agree.
100%. Classless winners, classless losers. A club like no other.
Yeah, I could not disagree with one single word you're saying about the classlessness and the club like no other. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I think that ourselves, we showed, everybody in the stadium, including yourselves and everybody on the show here, and all the Rangers fans all over the world will be asking themselves, when they watch that, where did that performance come from?
Never seen it coming, Bridge. Never seen it come. Anyway, it's not the Bridge and Oxchair show.
No.
It'd be great to hear from other people. What's the number?
The number's 0141 356 and 1972, and phone in because we want to hear from you and let us hear how you feel about the game.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online where you were brought in by Old School Blue. Look, obviously we'll get some callers coming in already, but I'm sure we'll get my thoughts on the game. The first caller's joined us. Evening, caller.
How you doing?
Is that Jeeb?
It is Jeeb, aye.
How you doing,
mate?
pal?
All right?
Oh, I'm bloody brilliant tonight, mate.
You get kind of lost for words, don't you, when situations like this come up? Fabulous, just fabulous.
Oh, I know. I don't know how to react. It's been that long, do you know?
Well, we 6 years. We never played them for a few years, and then obviously we played them in 2015, yeah?
16.
Well, I think 15.
2016.
15, Bridge.
Oh, we played them in 15. That's right. You're right enough. They murdered us.
Look, I've sent you the script. Read it.
Okay.
Right. But obviously, we had the semi-final, which, all right, we won in penalties, but we never actually won in 90 minutes. So we'll say just in league matches, it's the first time we've beat them since 2012 when Lee Wallace scored the third goal in a 3-2 victory, if my memory serves me right, Jeep.
That's the one, yep.
Yep. So all that thing, mate, we've took our medicine on and off the park, yeah. And they can't even get off the park when they get beat, you know? Like children, their manager, their captain, like children. Anyway, that's only my opinion. I don't know what yours is.
I think the manager told them to go up to the fans.
Of course he did, but what I'm saying is, the game's finished. It's no their day. You make your gesture, you get off the park, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah? You know?
100%.
Jeeb, now you've had time to reflect. What's your thoughts, mate?
Oh, obviously, just absolutely delighted, you know. I had that absolutely brilliant day yesterday. Party went on quite late on in the night. So I know it was brilliant. Just really made the most of it. But I think just the most pleasing aspect, I think, was just the performance itself. I don't know if you can remember, but you took predictions on Friday night.
I believe there was, and somebody predicted a 1-0 win.
I did myself. I said 1-0, but the thing was, I said I think we'll scrape a 1-0 win.
Well,
and I'm not so sure I was quite right with that, because we absolutely cantered it. You know, like it was 1-0 going on about 5, but it was
they're going what? How many? 4 good saves and 2 particularly good saves.
At least he saved he had the one for Goldson in the first half with the header. He had Kent and Ryan Jack in the second half.
He had 4 cracking saves.
Candias the first half as well.
Candias in the first half as well. Another one, I forgot that one.
He saved for Candias. Saved the shot for Candias. A header for Goldson. He saved from Kent. A smashing shot for Kent. It was just really good. Really, really good.
He was our best player. Do you know, that kind of tells you how the game went. If your goalie's
and by the way, I forgot,
then...
Jeeves, he had a fantastic save from Ryan Jack. Really good save.
That was his best save. Anyway, enough about him.
I thought it was in, you know. But it's not even so much that. I mean, when you're forcing a goalkeeper to make saves like that, and you're having chances. I mean, we had some chances out with that day. We had one with Kent in the first half that just went past the post when he tried to bend it round him. You had the one that we hit the post where it came off Brown and that. You know, we had plenty of chances, and they had like, I would say, one real shot and goal. If you take away the offside goal, they had one real shot and goal in the first half, and then they had that one at the end when Andy Hardy made an unbelievable block. That was pretty much the only time they looked at all dangerous throughout the game. I was so happy with the way we controlled it. We absolutely bossed the middle of the park to a man. I don't think I can be critical of anybody in the park. McCrory, Jack and Arfield in the middle of the park were absolutely dynamite. It's one of the best midfield performances I've seen for a Rangers team in a long time.
Hear me. I think you're right. The midfield particularly played well yesterday. I mean, I've got to be fair. I thought McGregor was poor.
Well, he had nothing today. Do you know?
Exactly.
I mean, he had that one. He had that pretend shot for McGregor, for Callum McGregor, and it went through his legs. I mean, that's shocking. Do you know? But but you're right. I mean, he basically had nothing. I mean, he had that shot for Forrest in the first half. It was a fairly comfortable save for him, do you know?
I was about it. He could have thrown his hat on that, couldn't he, and saved it.
Aye, do you know, like he was kind of just making sure he knew Parry. There was nobody there. He was just making sure he didn't bundle it to try to catch it or that.
Funny enough about McGregor, he gave me one of the highlights of the game where I was sitting. I know you're in the cheap seats, Bridge, so you might not have noticed it. When Arfield was going off, and the boy, I forgot his name, the fullback was coming on. Flanagan was coming on. McGregor was up giving them bellises. I don't know if you noticed it, Bridge.
I seen it.
I didn't know what it was about, but
he was giving them nuts, telling them to get the bottom of the park and put it in the corner.
Into the corner. I seen that.
He was pointing and shouting and bawling him.
I love that.
And he was constantly, you could see him constantly. So he's, even though he didn't have the saves to make, he was still a big part of the team performance yesterday. But to be fair, I think we should have moved him up front to help Morelos. You know, we didn't need a goal. We didn't need a goal yesterday, did we?
No.
Yes, we were completely...
basically getting a wage for nothing.
We were completely outstanding yesterday. We outperformed them in every single part of the pitch. We were just great. I don't know about you guys, and I don't want to go into specifics too much. I would suggest that there's no one of our players yesterday was less than a 7. And I thought their goalkeeper
this morning.
Their goalkeeper was the best man in the park for them, and I would have given him an 8 because I thought he was marvellous. What a game he had, and I reckon we had two guys. Listen to me.
He was playing yesterday. 2 guys
exactly. We had 2 players that were worthy of a 9. yesterday.
Right, we'll go through the team, but what I want to do is ask the lobby a poll, and if Big Ulster was here, we'd put it on Facebook, but we'll ask the lobby, because everybody sees it differently. Your man of the match yesterday, just put your man of the match in the lobby. Everybody sees it differently. All night, man. No, everybody sees it differently. For me, my man of the match was Scott Arfield. Bridge?
I have to say, I would go. I thought Matt Arfield was fabulous, but I really do think that Andy Halliday probably just skimmed it from him. I thought Ryan Kent was outstanding as well. As I say, there's 3 or 4 you could give an 8 or a 9 to, and Andy Halliday was a 9 for me. Absolutely wonderful game he had, and I've been asking for him to step up, as you've heard me many times. Step up, get the next quality, get to the next level, and yesterday it came up. What a game he had.
The first 4 people will put 4 different people in it.
Absolutely.
Not 5 people. Andy, man of the match for Cumbrian. The Coop says McCrory. Bubbly Bear, she knows her football. Scott Arfield, Crook Ranger, Jack, and Knackpipe Kent. So that says everything about yesterday's performances, G-Ba.
Just great. But I have to say this, guys. We had a left-hand side that worked. He had a full left-hand side that was working. So you're getting balls from Halliday, down, long balls down to Kent. Kent worked his arse off. Excuse our language, people. He worked his arse off, and I thought he was just fabulous. And their performance and Arfield's performance, you see that everybody raised their game. All of our players raised their game, and they were on their game, Oops.
I'll tell you what was most pleasing for me about yesterday, right? See if Arfield and Kent had their normal, like if they had been playing for weeks and they had the game yesterday that they had, you would still be saying how good they were. But the fact that Kent hasn't played a 90-minute game of football since the start of October, and same as Arfield, they've both been out injured for ages, and they come in and it's their first game back, and you're kind of expecting they're not going to be as sharp as what they normally would be, and they come in and put in a performance like that, for me, was just unbelievable, really.
That was my point, Bridge. I did thought Arfield, because I think watching the game live, I think if I'd watched it in the telly, I wouldn't have noticed Arfield, but I watched the work he'd done in killing that space where their captain played in, and he just got right in his face the whole game. Sometimes you don't see that in the TV, Bridge, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the guys around about me were all complimenting Arfield, particularly for his battle that he had with a number of midfield players, but obviously we're talking about initially Scott Brown. And I thought he wasted Scott Brown yesterday. He absolutely wasted him. He got harried, didn't know where he was going, Scott Brown, and it was all down to Arfield chasing him and harrying him. And if he couldn't do it, somebody else did it. And they get forced into really poor passes, which, let's be honest, that's what we've been doing, these stupid passes, but off the park, trying to pass it to your own man, you miss, by quite a way. But no, yesterday we were just great. We were just absolutely fantastic.
If people want to join us in this, shall we say, special post-match show, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or joins at Skype at rangersradio.online. We'll be joined right away with Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy.
Rudy.
Hello.
Yeah.
Is that right, Rudy?
Aye, mate, sorry.
Is that right?
We're just waiting. We're waiting you telling us we had for your dinner, man.
Picking up my cup of ale. It was a lovely roast chicken dinner today, Bridge, man.
Oh, lovely. Well done.
Roast tatties, some peas, carrots, nice bit of gravy.
Enough's enough. Come on.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
And I had rhubarb crumble and a bit of custard. It was lovely.
Do you know what I've had tea today, Rudy?
Well, you had
2 bottles of water.
You're on it heavy the other night, I suppose, then, were you?
What a weekend.
Enjoy yourself.
Tip top for the match.
Let me ask you something. What was the best thing that happened to you this weekend, Ox?
I can't say that live on air, Rudy.
What's he like?
I'm still absolutely buzzing for you. I sat and watched the game this afternoon again. And for some reason, since yesterday, as buzzing as I've been, I've no managed to. It's like it's like a bit of a dream because I never for a minute saw that performance coming. You know, I was hoping we'd win, obviously. We spoke about it on Friday night. You know, that we had to get in round about them. But I never thought, after the first 45 minutes, my mate texted me at half time and says they can't keep that work rate up in the second half. And they did. For 90 minutes, they kept that up. That was absolutely astonishing to me that they kept that going for 90 minutes. And they've now played at a level that should be the bar set now for me, Ox. You know?
The problem is that works when you have teams that want to play.
Yeah.
If you're playing a team where they're playing 4-5-1 or 5-4-1 and they don't come up with patterns, just keep hoofing it. It doesn't work. So that's maybe the learning curve for our manager. And I'm sure we'll debate that going forward, that we might need two systems when we play against certain teams. Yeah. Rudy, there's three things. Obviously, the goal yesterday, the final whistle, and Steven Gerrard when everybody was off the park. I can't separate them.
Yeah. I mean, it was just outstanding, wasn't it? It was just an outstanding day to be a Bear Ox. I mean, let's be honest about it. Friday night we spoke about it. You know, would the league be over if they went 6 points ahead with a game in hand? I said no, because there's a lot of football in the second half of the season, but it would make it very difficult. You know, we absolutely bossed them yesterday. Ryan Kent, wow, what a game that boy had. I mean, what's that? Nearly 2 months, Ox, he's been out. What he done down the left-hand side of the park for me was just outstanding. But yeah, I'd be loath, in all honesty, to pick anybody out as a man of the match, and then the manager at the very end, you know, like took all the players off, gave them all a hug, and then responded to the Rangers fans. It was just an outstanding day all round, really, Ox, and wow, I'm still buzzing for it, you know.
I know. I always say there was another highlight. I had the pleasure of Fox's company at the weekend, which is always enjoyable.
I'm sure.
Always enjoyable.
That's nice you saying it that way.
I should say an eventful as well. But that's for a whole other show as well.
Didn't get your car lifted again, did you?
No. I had no adventures. Apart from a lot of alcohol. But for me, that was my point when I thought I picked to Arfield, Bridge picked to Kent. Was it Bridge?
I thought Andy Halliday. I took Andy Halliday for man of the match.
I'm going to say Andy Halliday. That guy is so mentally tough. I don't know if anybody's seen his interview. Have you seen it, G-Bone, Rangers TV? No,
sorry, mate. I'm struggling to unmute my phone there.
They call it a bridge, mate. That's the official technical term for it when you're doing a bridge. Did you see the emotion that Andy Halliday showed in his interview yesterday?
I did, mate. I seen it, and I'm not even joking, right? But I was near tears watching it, like, and I can't agree more saying about his mental strength. He's absolutely won everybody over. I mean, I started doing my videos in the summer. And Andy Halliday was one of the guys that I said publicly, like, we need to get rid of him. We need improvement on him. If I'm being a wee bit fair to myself, I think every Rangers fan thought that.
Aye, you're not alone in that.
You know,
you're not alone in that.
But I mean, he's the fact that that was how everybody respected him. Everybody loved how much he cared for the club. But it was a strict stance. Simply, you're no good enough. And I was certain. I was 100% certain that would not change, and he's complete. I mean, the fact that any player can come back for that is, like, for me, is absolutely brilliant. He deserves so much credit. And talk about mental strength. It's hard enough playing football, never mind when you know that you're no liked, like as a football player. Do you know what I mean? It's I mean, your confidence levels, and it showed. Because when he played at left back in some European cloth, I think it was Maribor away. He played a decent game, but I didn't think he looked comfortable in the slightest. He looked unsteady at times, and the fact on yesterday during the game, he looked so calm. He was so chilled and composed, and he knew exactly what today. And he really he kind of get caught. He get caught at one bit in the game when the ball kind of gets stuck under his feet and he kind of lost possession, but he won it back straight away, and that was pretty much. Other than that, he had an absolutely flawless game yesterday. I thought he was honestly incredible. And I was so happy. I was so happy for him because he deserves it more than anybody. I know that anybody deserves it least, but I think if anybody was to say that they wanted somebody to have a game like that, it would be him. Because back in April, you've gotten getting subbed in the 38th minute or whatever, and the Celtic fans are chanting his name, and then he comes out and does that last night, and he does that block right at the end and effectively saves the 3 points for us. You know.
To be fair, that was wait a minute, one at a time. That was Murty hanging out to dry. That was wrong what happened to that boy that day. But I agree with you, and I'll go to Rudy next. At the time, we didn't think he was good enough. He might have for his position at left back. Rudy Bear.
He might have, but for me, he's the perfect utility player for me because it doesn't matter to Andy Halliday when you ask him to play. He'll do the job and he'll do it to the best of his ability. See the block that he pulled off in the last few minutes of the game against Edouard's shot? That block was just brilliant to watch. It showed how much it meant to the boy to get that win. And like G and everybody else probably, I never thought we'd have seen Andy Halliday in a Rangers squad again past the summer. I thought it'd have been gone. I really did think that. But wow, he hasn't half turned it around, that boy. And yesterday, it showed you how much he thinks. He's one of us, but it shows you how much he thinks of the club, how much he wants to win for the team, how much he wants to win for the fans, because he's one of us. He's a blue nose. And his performance yesterday for me was outstanding. Outstanding performance.
I was in a bar last evening, one of several of them we had, with a lot of good people, and I never thought I'd seen the whole pub singing Andy Halliday, mate. I never thought I'd see it, and he was due every bit of it.
Last 10 minutes of the game, he said...
Get your cell phone mute, and we're going to hear for Andy Halliday. Andy Halliday.
Andy, a win over Celtic to end the year. Can you sum up your emotions?
Probably the best day of my life, to be honest. It's been difficult over the last couple of years, as a team and individually, of course. I think that, personally, I've been questioned quite a bit over the last couple of years, and I think I've stood up to that challenge and showed why I belong to be here. I think no one can match my mental character, my mental strength. I think I've showed this year in my performances that I want to be here, and today, every single man on that field, I thought there was 11 bodies that gave their absolute maximum, their A game, and showed Celtic no respect for the first whistle and thoroughly deserved the victory.
Was that what the difference was, showing Celtic no respect and really taking the game to them?
100%. I think the gaffer, sort of got it spot on his post-match interview against Celtic at Parkhead. We just didn't look as if we had any belief on the day that we wanted to go and get the win. We came out our shell a wee bit more in the second half and started to cause them problems. So when we went through the game plan for today and we wanted to get in their faces, then you're going into these games with so much adrenaline, so much energy, so you want to use it. You want to get in their faces, you want to make it difficult for them. And I thought it could have been, Celtic have gave us, don't get me wrong, I'm not, I'm here to be honest, that Celtic have gave us a couple of doings in the past. Today should have been a doing.
For Ryan Jack to get the goal fitting, because these last 6 months he's been sensational.
If it wasn't me, I'd have picked somebody else, and I had to pick somebody else to score that goal. It's definitely Ryan Jack. He's a top man. He gives everything every single day, and that's all you can ask for in a player. And he's a good man as well. So, we banter each other about the lack of goals that the two is scoring. I managed to get mine a couple of weeks ago, and he's just went and topped it by times 100, and obviously scored a day. But I'm buzzing for him. Chased him the full length of the park, don't know if you noticed.
And for the supporters as well, you've been through a lot of it with them, and you can almost sense the relief at full time there.
They've been outstanding, genuinely. Through tough times, they've followed us absolutely everywhere. Like I said, I've had tough times, but the support I've had personally for the fans has been outstanding. And today, probably I've never experienced something like that. The way they were obviously singing my name for the last 10 minutes of the game, I'll take that to the grave.
Well, thanks for that, old school. Rudy, you were wanting to come in there, mate?
Aye, I'll take that to the grave, he says. That's how much it meant to him that last 10 minutes. We were battling away to get that 1-0 win when it should have been about 4 or 5, in my opinion, because we battered them, Ox. But there he said it himself. He'll take that last 10 minutes of the game to his grave, the Rangers fans singing his name. That's how much it means to the boy.
And then if you see that video, if you see it with the I don't know who's doing the dishes, but if you see that video, you see the emotion in the guy's face. I'll come to you with this, Rudy, and then I'll take it round the panel. We had McGregor, Andy Halliday, Scott Arfield, Ross McCrory, Ryan Jack on our team who were Rangers supporters. How important is that, do you think, to your club?
I think it's huge. I think it's absolutely massive. I think you need boys who want to play for the badge in their chest, and they want to play for the fans because they're fans themselves. They understand what it means. They recognise the game in September wasn't good enough. They got the tactics wrong, all wrong yesterday. They got it absolutely bang on, and you saw what it meant to the boys who are Rangers fans yesterday. You saw what it meant when the final whistle went. You heard the roar for the stands, and they absolutely loved it. So that's a huge part of what we should be going forward.
Bridgeman?
Yeah. Sorry, pal?
I don't know if you thought about that. The number of Rangers supporters were on my team yesterday.
Well, I actually think that on the bench, it looks as if we've converted. Everybody's converted to Rangers fans. Even the guys that come off of Liverpool seem to be really up for it. When we scored that goal, the camera, I don't know if the camera panned across. I think I saw some highlights on it. It was fantastic, Yeah, they were all there. Just on the Andy Halliday thing, I've been hoping that Andy Halliday, because like Jeeves said earlier on, very difficult to continue to support someone who looks like isn't pulling his weight. But there's a lot of management crap going on, and he ended up getting punted. So he came back. He's obviously put his head down. We on here anyway on Rangers Radio, I've certainly been one of the ones that said Andy Halliday will be a great player for us and a squad player. But Saturday, he proved that he's actually able to step up, because he stepped up to a certain quality. And now, I don't know. I think Barisic will still get his place, but he's going to have to fight for it. There's no way he's going to just walk back into that team, because Andy Halliday's playing very, very well. And the term that Rudy used earlier was a utility. He looked as if he was going to be a utility player. But, that performance against Celtic Saturday, was absolutely outstanding. 9 out of 10 for me. 9 out of 10. Fabulous performance. So I just love him a bits, I do.
Yeah. Cheap.
Aye, for sure. It's definitely important. I think we've seen that, to be honest, with him for the other side of the city for a wee while. I think they've kind of had that basis for a wee while. I mean, they've had Brown and Griffiths and that there. I know Griffiths obviously it was brought up a Hibs fan, but he's obviously kind of held Celtic quite close to him and that as well. But they've had that basis, and I think you need that in a team. I think that was what we were lacking quite a lot when Castagna came in. I don't think we really had that, but we're getting like a spine in the team, and not even necessarily the Scottish boys. Like I can't remember who it was that said it. Even the boys you said, the ones that have came up for Liverpool and stuff. I mean, even when you see Goldson's reaction in that yesterday, he's came up and he's learnt quickly what it is to play for the Rangers, and having players in your team like Ryan Jack, Andy Halliday, Arfield, like the ones we were saying, McCrory coming through the roof, coming through the youth, and you've got Kyle Lafferty on the bike. I mean, Kyle Lafferty was gone mental when we scored, and Lafferty would have been sitting on that bench yesterday, absolutely dying to come on. But first and foremost, he was bothered about the result. He ran on that pitch at full time and he was going mental. He didn't care that he didn't come on. It was just about the result. That's the sort of attitude that we're needing in the club. But obviously, it's really, really important for when you've got players like Koulibaly and that coming in, like the foreign players. It's important that they learn quickly what it is to play for the club. And I went to a night with Barry Ferguson, Lee McCulloch and Ian Durrant at the end of November, and Lee McCulloch spoke about that. He said it was about the squad of players that they had, like Fergie, McCulloch, Thompson, Boydie, all the players. These were all homegrown players who loved the club, and even mentioned Naismith and Whittaker and that. he said that was really important for players that came in like Papach and stuff. They taught them what it meant to play for the club. And like Papach is one of the guys that's got that famous quote he said when he left, that the club grows in your heart and stays there. And it's because of these types of players in the club, you know.
A fair comment, mate. A fair comment. Just something that I picked up on. But Andy Halliday be the leader, if you like, of the supporters. But important that you have Rangers supporters in the team for me.
Well, I was just saying that, Oxter. I've got McGregor, Halliday, Arfield, Jack, and McCrory. I'm assuming Jack was I'm assuming he was a Rangers fan.
You obviously weren't listening to me because I just said that 5 minutes ago, Bridge.
Sorry, pal. I was writing them down. You asked me what it was, and I couldn't give you all the names because I hadn't thought about it. So I've just thought about it while
I know you've had too much Barchester in the last 24 hours, mate, so we're coming down to that.
What a talk about celebration. Fabulous. And wasn't it wonderful that the stadium was still full? I'm completely full. They were there to make sure everything went all right. I just think it was just fabulous. I'd have loved it if Gerrard had come on the pitch, I'm saying it would be wonderful if he came right round with the players and brought them all the way around, you know.
Because the man's got too much class for that, mate.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And if you notice yesterday, he never. I think that's the first time he's no shook hands with the opponents due to the way that our team were treated when they went there.
Is that right?
Of course it is. It doesn't take a genius to work that out, Rudy, does it?
That's quite interesting. I've not actually thought about that.
I never thought of that.
He shook hands with the management staff, and then he stood there and he applauded the players off. He never shook. I never noticed that. I've just knew that you've said it, and I've noticed that.
We need to look for that. Then.
Well, you say it, make it up.
Not at all. I'm standing there watching it, and I never noticed it. You know what I mean?
I keep telling you that's because you're the cheap seats. I was right next to Stevie. You just above him.
Hello, Oxter. How you doing, Oxter?
I will. If I can just come in on that, just while you're on that topic, I was going to mention that when I came on the night anyway. That was one thing I loved when we won yesterday. The reaction of the players, and it wasn't even just the fact we were celebrating, it was how we were celebrating. We ran to our set of fans, we were jumping about each other and they celebrated. They high-fived the manager and they walked off. There was none of this going to the away end and waving scarves at them and laughing at them and trying to do that. Do you know what I mean? We celebrated the complete class and dignity. Do you know what I mean? And that's the way it should be. Do you know what I mean?
Let's get it sorted. They can't even get their whole team sorted to take a minute's silence. Their goalie doesn't know what's happening. Rudy Bear.
That was
Bridge, one at a time.
Sorry.
I thought that was shameful, wasn't it, Ox? You know, a minute silence starts and Craig Gordon's no standing there in the lineup. You know, then you've got I don't know how to describe their fans without getting us kicked off the radio, in all honesty, who couldn't keep their trap shut for...
Don't mention it, mate, because some of your fans fell for the bait, mate. But
Yeah. No, but as far as Steven Gerrard goes, no shaking Celtic players' hands. Why would he? Did you see the stuff they were talking about, all the stuff in the paper? Well, their wee mates in the paper, you know, the usual Scottish rags, the garbage they're writing that Scott Sinclair was going to do, he was going to do this, that, and the next thing, you know. I wouldn't have shook any of their hands. In fact, I would never shake any of their hands, you know what I mean? But for me, Steven Gerrard, thank the fans, thank the Rangers fans, thank all these players, and then that was it. Job done. Class. Pure class. Pure class, Ox.
Can you come, Bridgeman?
Can I just ask a question on this when it's silence? So these idiots of the opposition on Saturday, they have their huddle and they're getting booed rotten. They know that everybody's waiting for them to have a minute's silence. Their goalkeeper runs down to the goal as if he doesn't know what he's doing, and then turns around and says, "Oh, wait a minute, I better go back up there." What is that all about? I mean, what is that all about? These people should be pulled up, reprimanded for that. That's shocking. And then their fans do the coughing and sneezing and spluttering and all that nonsense for about half a minute until some unfortunate Rangers fan starts shouting at them. As you say, take the bait, you know. But
Take the
that's
bait,
just
Reg.
disgraceful. Just disgraceful.
As I say, a club won't know that. Can't take a minute's silence. Can't take a defeat. Don't know how to get off the park. And when they win, which they done in the last game, they don't know how to win neither. A club like
But you know,
no
Oxford,
other.
they never even wore a black armband. Celtic never wore a black armband, and they were involved in that game.
Bridgeman, they're utterly contemptible.
It's just disgraceful.
Contemptible as a club,
Yeah.
Bridge.
I'm sorry I interrupted you there, Rudy. Sorry, pal.
No, you're all right,
But-
man. You're all right,
All right, so we go back yesterday. What does that show that about our team? Does it show that we've let ourselves down? We've been punching above our weight, or we're a team in the making? Jeep.
I think it's a little bit of both, but yesterday was a great result, right? But I don't think fans can overly get carried away. I think every fan would still agree that we're still a team in the making. Do you know what I mean? We're not the full finished product yet, as much as yesterday was almost a perfect performance. But if you're going to look at the way that we did perform yesterday, that's what we can do. And if you're going to look at that, it does kind of make you think it's annoying that we've not done that more in certain games. You're don't get me wrong, you're not going to get that level of performance every week, right? No football team is. That's just the way of the world. That's football. No football team can perform like that every single week. But you would think that the way we performed yesterday, that we would have enough in the tank to get certain results that we didn't get. And for me this season, the biggest disappointment for me so far this season was the League Cup semi-final. I feel that's a game that we should have won. It would have put us into a cup final, and again, a bad result, and you put out the cup. Looking at the way the game went yesterday, if we'd got into the final, who knows what would have happened in that cup final against Celtic? Do you know what I mean? That was a trophy up for grabs. For me, that's probably in the first 6 months of Steven Gerrard's time at Rangers, I'd say that's probably the one big proper disappointment. But I would say that positives kind of outweigh the negatives in the first 6 months.
All right, mate. We'll be joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
How you doing, guys?
Who's that?
It's Jim.
All right, how are we doing, Jim? Thanks for calling, mate. What's on your mind, mate?
No, but I'm just looking at various forums, and I'm just looking at this media hype about Alfredo Morelos. Which one? It sounds as if the BBC grassed him again. We're interested in showing incidents of Alfredo Morelos in the Rangers' performance yesterday. Very, very disappointed. I just feel it's going to end up one way, and I think the wee man's got a ban coming up.
I've not seen the BBC highlights, mate, so I imagine they must have been talking about it after the highlights. Am I right in saying that?
I think they actually showed more about the Alfredo Morelos incidents, and they did the actual good play by Rangers.
All right.
Of course,
It'd be interesting to see. He's a physical player. He caught Brown the first minute, but he was obviously going for the ball. You know?
One of them anyway.
I just feel as if the one with the boy Ralston's getting made merry than Nelson. I found it pretty strange when you watch back the game again that the referee actually told the boy Ralston get up. But you can actually see him telling him, get up. So,
Jim.
Think about it. Yes.
So it's Bridgman here, pal. Just to say, I agree 100% with you. I made some notes on that myself in my head to try and bring it up tonight. I wasn't sure if we were ready for it, but in reality, the BBC, who are my enemy, I hate them with a vengeance. Their after-match thing, they wait, they go down there and they're supposed to be praising Rangers, and then all of a sudden they turn around and say, and you know, there's some of the stuff, Alfredo Morelos, and they put 3 incidents up, and I agree with you 100%. Out of those 3 incidents, it won't matter which one. That's them basically reporting those incidents to the compliance officer.
But the thing
they never showed or mentioned the 2 tackles on Ryan Kent, one after the other by 2 different Celtic players, and they both got booked. And I reckon both of them could have been red cards. But I was going to ask the boys in the lobby and the guys on here what they thought of those tackles before I said that. But from where I was, those 2 tackles on Ryan Kent could have been red cards, and one of them was Scott Brown. Sorry, boys.
On you go, Jim.
Yesterday was just fantastic. It was fantastic yesterday, wasn't it, man? Just the pure raw emotion of the fans yesterday.
Fabulous.
The last time I think I maybe seen emotional like that might have been before Manchester, the D United game, or potentially maybe 2003 McLeish, the first time we won the league, the treble season in 2003 when we won the league against Dunfermline. Potentially, that's off the top of my head, Jim.
So social media, again, I know you guys are on social media, but they seem to be ramping the old songs issue up tonight, and how we think they've won the Champions League and all the rest of it. But again, they're happening because they know we're coming for them, and that's what's annoying them more than anything else.
Bad winners, mate, and they're bad losers.
I heard you mentioning that earlier on there, but the old heats, the old Taggartys and the Suttons and all that are all raging their ugly heats. There's a few ugly heats amongst them, right enough. So as I'm saying, social media is pretty interesting tonight because they seem to be wrapping it up.
Of course they will. It's I don't know where they get it. If they deflect and hide and sweep it under the carpet, I don't know where they've been doing that. You know?
Yeah, it seems to be right. Anyway, guys, keep up the great work, by the way. I'm actually sharing these on the old Twitter and everywhere else, and you're doing a great job, and I'll be in contact with you again. So, I'm saying, great hearing to you. Keep up the good work.
Listen, thanks for the call, mate, and don't be a stranger.
No problem, mate.
All the best, Jim. Keep it going for the Rangers, Jim.
All the best to you, year, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. I can't believe it. Actually, you get more fans, Bridge.
That was a really good call.
When I reach Rudy's number, I'll be very happy.
Oh God, you've got to be.
Me and Rudy have our fans convention in a phone box. You have yours the SEC.
I wasn't kidding about that. I'm still. You've heard me saying this before, guys, and I'm sure the guys in the lobby are fed up listening to me about it. The Rangers should get a QC, and they should get the whole of the BBC banned from Ibrox and banned from using Rangers' name. They were given a live commentary from their studios yesterday, based on the feed from whatever it would be. Sky, was it? Sky had done it?
They've been watching it in Sky, yeah. I'm
saying we're watching it, and the whole recording for radio commentary was based on that yesterday. I never heard it, but that's what I'm hearing. And that's nothing short of disgraceful. We'll no bother going to Ibrox, but we'll report on it. No. Sorry, boys.
Not just the BBC, the Daily Record website sit at the day as well, demanding that the compliance officer has a look at 3 incidents involving Alfredo Morelos yesterday. I mean, you've got to remember, these are the same people, if you want to call them people, I'm talking about people in the broadest sense of the word, that work at the Daily Record and completely ignore Scott Brown and Lee Griffiths stamping on players when they're lying on the ground. These are the same people who continually ignore Scott Brown's assaults on other players using elbows and whatever else comes to mind with him during the game.
Anyway, Rudy will be joined by another caller, evening caller. I think it might be the Global Ambassador, I'm not sure.
Not quite the Global Ambassador, but Denver, Colorado.
Oh, Denver. I knew it was a phone number.
Hey, Denver.
Should I say the deputy Global Ambassador?
Picture the scene, guys, sitting on the front porch with a T-shirt on, drinking a Denver Christmas ale, and just scoffed a Walker's shortbread Christmas pie that my good lady wife bought me. And we're waiting for big snow tomorrow. So there you go.
Well, I wouldn't like to say it, really, Denver, but I'm going to tell you now, I hate you.
Okay, well, it's just the same way as I hated you when we had the snow here, Bridge, and you were in Tenerife.
Oh, it was wonderful. That was wonderful. Brilliant.
And you never did send me that fridge, Margaret.
Oh, Denver.
I've ran out of them.
Denver, thanks for that one. That's another one in my collection. I didn't have anything for Denver. Thanks for sending me that, mate. I really appreciate
it. You have to remember, Ox, it takes about 7 days for the mail to arrive in Denver.
I know that, mate, but it was really nice, you, mate.
Or Oxford, whatever you're man. So we're all happy bears the day, guys. All happy could be, man.
It was a real team performance yesterday. The attitude from the start to the finish was absolutely superb, Denver.
It's not often, Ox, yourself, you have a good team performance, but there's always one or two who don't quite make the mark, but there's not one of them failed as yesterday, not one of them at all. It was a fantastic performance, man. I don't know where they go that way, but long may it continue.
They say that teams play in the spirit of their manager, mate. Our manager's a class individual, mate, with standards, and hopefully it's starting to affect the playing staff.
Aye. It's been interesting, with Mal. I don't have many guys to talk to. I don't have guys to talk to here, but and you guys are my link to the Rangers and all that, and follow. But follow has been a nightmare. I didn't watch. I've not got to see the Hibs game yet. But man alive, the reaction for that, just because we lost a goal with 3 minutes to go, was like the end of the world. And you need to support your team. You need to follow, man. That's what we're all about. But it just seems there's guys we just like. They just bug me most of the time. I've got to go off follow most of the time.
You've got to remember it's got to remember it's the internet. Some of the woman on the woman.
You're right enough, bro. You're right enough. Anyway, I found on what was it, Friday night. The game kicked off at 5:30 and yesterday morning, and I found. I don't know if you know Ayrshire Billy Boy, who used to post on follow. Well, when my boy was born, he sent me a Rangers scarf of his, and we found it in my boy's closet. So I swung that around my neck. My sister sent the new home tap and the new away tap, and that arrived the night before the game. So the boy had the new home tap. I had the Ayrshire Billy Boy's scarf on. So that's the new tradition. That's what we're going to be wearing before any game kicks off. All
right, okay. That's brilliant, mate. Brilliant, lovely. I mean,
Can I ask a question, Oxia?
As long as it's not too hard. Remember, Rudy's
on
the
it's not
panel.
Too hard. It's actually a question for.
Sorry, Rudy.
For Old School Blue. Old School, can you find some snips of the two tackles made on Ryan Kent, like one after the other, by two different Celtic players? And both get booked. I don't know if you can dig them out or not, but it'll be great. Put them in the lobby.
They weren't the Reds for me, Bridge.
Okay, I'm from where I was sitting.
I told you, mate, you're going to have to upgrade your seat, mate, so you get a big decent view of the game.
That's what it is. It's a poor seating. But it's nice to hear that people saying, because where we're sitting, it looked all day long to be a red card. But
no, and the emotion when you watch it, I don't think. Put it this way: if it had happened the other way about, we would have been happy if any of our players would have been sent off for it.
Can I come in there, guys?
Of course you can, Denver.
I just want to point out. I said about maybe 60 minutes into the game, I thought the referee. I said to my boy, I thought Beaton was having a great game. He let the game flow. There was, it's a man's game, and you've got to be able to take it, But I honestly thought John Beaton had a great game yesterday. I just want to make that point.
Rudy Bear?
Aye, well, honestly, I'll be honest, Ox. When I saw that it was Beaton, it was actually my mate that texted me. I was out one day and he texted me and he went, "Oh no, Beaton for the Old Firm game." I thought, wow, what a referee to have, for that game, Beaton of all people. But see, to be honest with you, I agree with Denver. Denver's got it bang on for me. I think Beaton let the game flow properly. As Denver says, it's a man's game. We like a bit of fire in our football in Scotland, and that's what we got yesterday. And then all the whining that's going on now in the press, with all the Tims in the press, is the fact their team get beat. They couldn't handle Rangers. They couldn't handle the energy and the determination that Rangers played with yesterday. I mean, Alfredo, for instance, was getting it just as tight after their players as he was giving it back to them, But they failed to mention that. So it's all, let's concentrate on Alfredo. Let's get him banned again, But Beaton, I thought he had a really good game yesterday. And believe me, you don't often hear me saying that about Beaton. But
no, never.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you get any thoughts? I thought the referee was fair yesterday. That's all I'm looking for, fairness.
Before See, before yesterday's game, if anybody out there's ever been on my channel, you'll know that I absolutely detest referees in Scotland. There's not one that makes me feel comfortable. I mean, see when it comes to before the game, maybe 3 or 4 days before the game, and you get the announcement, John Beaton's doing it, Craig Thompson's doing it. Every time you think to yourself, oh no, but I don't even feel that way now because there's not one that I'm confident in. But I did say yesterday, I thought John Beaton had a really, really good game. I thought he let the game flow. I thought he booked players when they deserved to be booked. I don't think he booked anybody when they didn't deserve it. I can't think he off the top of my head anyway. I thought he had a decent game. There was a few times in the game that some players went down that normally I think free kicks would be given, but they were dead soft and he kind of just let the play go. And I thought he'd done what I think maybe one of the only slight criticisms that I would give him was when he pulled the play back to book Lustig. We were kind of on the counter attack. We could have got the advantage for that, and they could have went back and booked him later on. But
you're right, Jeeb, with that one. But do you know what I think? What happened there? He blew the whistle, and he blew the whistle.
Possibly. Do you know? Possibly. It's the only one that I did kind of think you could have maybe let the play go in there. But I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Right? Being a ref is a tough. It's a tough job, do you know what I mean? And you're going to make mistakes. What was bothering me was the level of mistakes that was getting made, i.e. Lafferty's goal that get chopped off at Dundee and stuff like that. They're no hard decisions, do you know what I mean? And I'm always one that says, I've never once said that there's any agenda out for against any football team. It's just the kind of standard that's bothered me. I don't think that Rangers get treated unfairly or any other team does. But I've been highly critical in the past, but I thought the referee had a decent game yesterday. He let it go, and he got any big decision right. I don't think there was any penalty that he missed or anything like that. And one thing I will say is I need to praise the linesman because that offside goal that they scored, you're talking not even half a yard. He was offside, and that was a perfect decision. So if he had missed that, we all would have been going off our head. So fair play to the linesman as well that saw the offside.
I also think it was so tight, Jeeb, that offside, that he could actually stand, couldn't he? And then said afterwards if he wanted to look, it looked onside.
Was he offside?
I was offside.
He was offside.
Right. Well, it's the same as being pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not ready.
well, you might know about
No, I mean, Denver. He was offside, that's it. Doesn't matter if it's an inch or a yard.
Aye. You know, it's one of the Heartland the Moose moments where you think after all the attacking we've done and all the chances we've missed, and they've got up the park and scored, you know, and I just gave it the all shit stuff. And I was so glad when I heard it was offside. I mean, you see the camera down the line. It was offside. You know.
Most assuredly offside. Most assuredly.
Oh, come on.
Fair play to all the officials. They did a good job yesterday, you know. That Freemasonry works in your favour at times, you know.
Can I just say there was three bookings in the opposition and one booking for Rangers, and that was Andy Halliday, and it must have been for time wasting. I know he got booked.
That was poor.
I'm going. When I saw him going to get back, I thought, you're joking. You have got to be joking.
That was the Sandy Jardine stand.
That was poor. I forgot about that one. That was poor.
Having said that, guys, if you watch the game back, he was warned a couple of minutes before it because Beaton came and said to him, "Move it, keep it going." So I wasn't surprised when he got booked.
To be fair, Andy, it took 10 minutes to walk out the other side to take a corner, didn't he?
I'll hold my hands up. If that wasn't the first time, I didn't know that the referee had said something to before, but for where I seen it looked like somebody else actually had the ball, and it looked like Halliday had literally just picked the ball up. Was he taking his time to go and get it?
You're right. He had just picked the ball up.
I hadn't seen that side of it, but it literally just came in possession. That was why I was gonna have my head. But I mean, referees like to do that. He's probably got it in his head. I've not booked any of their players. I'm just going to give this guy a yellow just to show that I know that they're time wasting. But see, to be honest, I love time wasting as long as you're on the right end of it. Like you're just slowing the game up. And quite frankly, 3 minutes of stoppage time got added on yesterday. They played 93 in 13 seconds, and plenty of that. The ball was at the park for us with throw-ins and corners and stuff. We wasted about a good minute and a half in stoppage time, along with the substitution. when Arfield went off, and that's what it does. Just show you. See, if you're going to sit down for a minute, the referee, he's not going to add that full minute on. He's going to add about 15-20 seconds on. So it does. It works. Do you know, I hate when folk do it against us, but when you're the one that's winning, you're saying take your time. So you can't really argue it as long as you don't rip the piss right out of it. Do you know.
Denver, and then Rudy. What was the biggest thing you took for yesterday?
The way the team played, the support. Obviously I'm sitting here in Denver, 5,000 miles away, but the atmosphere was incredible. The way they fought for each ball, they didn't let them settle. That was a Rangers performance. That was a John Gregg type performance for me. I was fighting for every ball. Every ball you had to win. That's what I took for it. And that monkey's off our back now. Now we can move forward.
Rudy?
I sat and watched the Rangers team yesterday for the first time, probably apart from one or two games in Europe, and I thought, that's a Rangers team, Mox. That's what I thought. That's a Rangers performance. That's a Rangers team playing in an Old Firm game. That's what that was. Grit, determination, endeavour. It was all there yesterday, and it was all there in absolute spades. It was there yesterday. I haven't seen that at any point this season. No, even when we have played well, have I seen a Rangers team play as well as that. Yesterday, for me, was the performance of the season, and it set a new bar for me, and that has to continue. I think it was Jeeb was saying earlier, you can't play like that every week. Yeah, I get that, because the levels of energy expended yesterday must have been huge. They must have been shattered, the dressing room afterwards. Just the closing down alone.
No chance would they be shattered, mate.
Well, I suppose adrenaline.
No chance. Absolutely no chance.
For me, yesterday, it was watching a Rangers team that actually represented the club and represented us properly in an Old Firm match. And I have said it. For a long time, Mox.
All right, Bridgeman, then Jeep.
I think that the things. Well, how can we say? The things I thought was the defence were very, very good yesterday. I thought they were really good, and obviously one outstanding person, Andy Halliday. I thought midfield.
I never thought that boy Worrell had that game in him yesterday, mate.
I thought they were really good. I mean, really into it and fought for everything. Made great tackles. Some of them last minute, but were great tackles. I thought our midfield were outstanding again. I thought obviously Ryan Jack was to me a great performer. Arfield, fantastic. And young McCrory came of age. In my opinion, came of age yesterday. And I've been a critic of his the last few weeks. But really and truly, when you go up front and you're thinking about Candeas played a smashing game, and young Morelos once again, fantastic. Battered them stupid, ran them into the ground, frightened the life out of them. That big Boyata, I don't know how that guy's going to get. They're going to get £10 million for him. I just don't see it. And can I just ask you one thing? Is if any way that Rangers Radio can influence our management, please find the money if you can and buy young Ryan Kent, because that boy is a star, absolute star.
I heard Mr. Sutton speaking him up on the radio, try to talk him out of your price range. On you go, Jeep.
No, I'm in agreement with everything you said there. One aspect that I was really pleased with yesterday was Worrell. Worrell's took a lot of criticism. Some of it deserved, some of it I don't personally think is just to the extent. But right near the start, well, I think it wasn't right near the start. I think it was just after we had scored. The ball kind of broke for them in a counter-attack, and James Forrest was running one-on-one with him. Now, James Forrest is informed just now. He's probably been one of the best performers in the league so far for the first half of the season, and he's got legs. And Worrell just sat off him, and he just timed his tackle perfectly. And if you're going to do something like that, I feel that then gives him the confidence. I can handle this. And there was just a few situations that there was a wee loose ball in the middle of the park, and Joe Worrell was right out, and he absolutely smashed one off. I think it was that Ralston at one point, and the ball ended up out at the other side of the pitch. It was there in front of the Sandy Jardine stand, and it ended up going out for a throw-in, or whatever it was. I think it was Sinclair or something. It was when Sinclair trapped it in the middle of his legs when the referee should have gave a free kick and didn't he? But see, I'm getting critical now. I shouldn't do that. He did have a good game. But
22-year-old there, Jeep. He's only 22.
Do you know? So he's got a lot to learn. Do you know what I mean? He's a youngster. I like him. You know, he's no. I've preferred him in Europe. Do you know? In the type of games where we've had to do a wee bit more defending. Not so much when you're playing at Ibrox. They've got 10 men behind the ball, and he's getting the ball, and you're kind of looking for him to kind of create something. That's not the type of player he is. He's a no-nonsense, big English defender. Do you know? He's your kind of big, typical, boot the ball into Rose Ed type player, in my opinion. I think at Villarreal, at Ibrox and that, they kind of games, in yesterday's type of game, kind of suit more him, and in my opinion, rather than the backs against the wall games when we've got all the possession and stuff, do you know? Because you've seen his passing is not as great, do you know? So, but in terms of yesterday, I was really pleased with his performance, in particular, just due to the criticism that he's taken over the past couple of months.
Sorry, I was doing a bridge there. I think you're right, but I think all our players have been criticised. We critique them. If we don't think somebody plays well, Rudy Bear, we have to see it like it is. You know, yesterday we've said that everybody, the worst player on my team maybe was 7, whereas when we played at Dundee, we never gave anybody more than 5. You know, so
that's right. You can only comment on what you see during the game, Ox, you know what I mean? We're not here to talk them up when they've been absolutely minced. That's not what being a Rangers fan's all about, a Rangers supporter's all about. You don't just, you've got to follow them. You have to keep following the team, you know. But, if you don't think they've played well, you've got every right to come on here and say talk about what you've watched. And that's what we're doing now about yesterday. Yesterday for me is the best game of the season so far. The best performance of the season so far. They absolutely hit the heights. Stephen Gerrard asked them for their A game, and then afterwards he says they gave him more than that. They gave him an A+ game. So they did, and they absolutely did. So if it comes to another game after the winter shutdown, and they go back to playing playing where they're struggling to break teams down, that's putting men behind the ball. It's a different proposition, obviously, compared to what Rangers faced yesterday. Then you have to comment on it. You've got to criticise it. You can't just bum them up for the sake of bumming them up. We don't do that. The other side do that. They're good at that, so they are. Well, we don't do that here, But yesterday, they fully deserve it. There was not a failure on the part yesterday for me. Not a single failure.
Yeah, the big thing for me was the support yesterday. That result was for the support. It maybe brought a connect between the players and the support that we might maybe not had. We had bits and pieces. It started when the boys turned up when they come back from Europe at the airport. We seen there was a bit of bonding between the group of players and the support. But I think yesterday it just cemented that they became part of the Rangers family. The whole group of players. The honeymoon for me ended at Dens Park. But you have to learn about being a Ranger, but hopefully they've learned for that and moved on, and hopefully it can bring us together and maybe a springboard, hopefully to success, Bridge.
Yeah, absolutely. I go as far as to say that's probably the finest display from a Rangers team that I've seen in a long many a year, particularly against them. Even we had really good players, that display is up there because we absolutely murdered them. Really, I'm talking about from endeavour, from everything. I know we've not got the greatest players in the whole world, and my God, we gave them a doing and then some. We gave them a doing and then some. I just hope that these stories about Morelos don't make it to any compliance officer. I think anybody gets a suspension out of that game yesterday after what it was like. It was a fire and brimstone. It's what the whole country wanted. They wanted to see a really good game, and I think I say this in ignorance, but I've got a sneaking suspicion there was a lot more than Rangers fans were happy when Celtic get beat yesterday. I think it was a lot because it's opened it up again. That was a true 6-pointer yesterday. A true 6-pointer. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the buzz around the Ibrox was fabulous. Just fabulous.
Yeah, and the noise in Ibrox was special yesterday. Was special. Rudy?
It was fantastic to hear on the telly. You know, I sat there watching it. It sounded like raucous as anything for the full 90 minutes. It's just, you know, and some people would be making a point about the run up to the Old Firm, you know, the allocation being cut for the Tims to about 750 tickets or something, you know, or, you know, it'll affect the atmosphere. And that's ages ago when we spoke about this, when Rangers made that statement. You know, there's even some Bears came on the show and said the same thing. And my opinion at the time was, it won't affect the atmosphere because the Bears will create the atmosphere. Well, look at that atmosphere yesterday. It was absolutely electric, and it was created by Bears. We don't need them there. It's as simple as that. I couldn't care less if they completely cut their allocation. The Rangers fans were absolutely astounding yesterday, and the noise that they made, astounding. What an atmosphere it was.
It's not my problem. It's not my problem. I would come to him and set Jeep. It's not my problem with no having them there. My problem is your boys no going there, mate.
Aye, well, I said this before and all when we commented on it at the time of the statement. I don't go anywhere, and I haven't for a number of years now. I understand why the Bears want to go there. I did for a long number of years. I had many a happy time there turning them over. But I don't go anywhere. I understand why the Bears want to go, you know. So it's a catch-22 for me. But if I'm looking at Ibrox, if I'm looking at our home, do I want 7,000-8,000 of the animals in our home? No, I don't, Ox. And I'm not going to make any apologies for it. It's how I feel about them, mate.
Ah, yeah. Jeep, in you come, mate. And then Denver.
I can 100% see your point, mate. Definitely. I think the biggest aspect of it for me is the fact that I think them having that stand at Ibrox and us having that corner in Parkhead, they get a better advantage than what we get based on obviously the size of the stadium. Them having that full end to go into drives them on a bit. And I might be completely wrong here, but in my personal opinion, them not having that yesterday benefited us. And at the end of the day, I think that's more important. I will say one thing, but it's maybe a wee bit unfair coming for me because a lot of what the Rangers fans are disappointed about in terms of it is because an away day at Parkhead, especially when you win, is brilliant. It's something that I've not seen before. I've not been to Parkhead when we've won before. I've only been when we've got beat, and it's tough, you know. But I can imagine even a decent draw. If a draw would have been a decent result at the time, I think Lee McCulloch's header kind of comes to mind. That was a good draw that day, considering the league position and how we actually played that day. You know, it would have been the equivalent if they had got a draw yesterday. That would have felt like a win to them if they had scored at the end yesterday. You know, because of how the game went. But from my point of view, it's annoying that we've no go to our fans there. But I would sacrifice that to have what we had yesterday because I thought yesterday it was absolutely brilliant.
Denver Bear.
Exactly my thoughts, Jeep. You know, we put them in the place, we put them in the corner. I wouldn't actually give them that corner. I'd give them the corner on what side would it be? Right where the Union Bears sit. That's where I would put the away fans. I'd put them on that wee corner there, and I'd give the Union Bears where the away fans go. There's no way back now. We cannot, under any circumstances, give them that false stand again. It's just not going to happen.
Nah, we can't reverse that.
Totally against everything. Aye, no way. We saw them in a wee bit on the camera, but it turned my stomach even to see the bastards and put them in that corner where we don't see them. Anyway, sorry about my language, guys.
Did you swear there, Rudy? Denver, I must have missed that.
That 8.5% Christmas sale for Breckenridge Brewery there. Sorry, Ops, I apologise.
I also think a way to look at it.
You'll not do it again this year, will you?
I also think another
No, I'll be done.
On you go, Rudy.
There's another 7,500 Bears got to see that game yesterday. Got to contribute the atmosphere.
Aye.
see their team put on an absolutely fantastic Rangers performance. That for me is way more important than having 7,500 or 8,000 a game in that stand. I'd rather the better than that.
Can I just say on that, the access and egress that was put up to allow them safety, safe access and egress from to Ibrox and down into Broomlawn Road. So that the police.
What do you mean, Savile Row? They were calling it Savile Row, weren't they?
Well, they built barricades so that they wouldn't get any hassle. No, that's nonsense. Just to make sure those 750 or 800 fans got in and out of Ibrox safely, and that the big bad Rangers fans wouldn't bother them. I hope that the Rangers fans that go to Celtic Park are given the same access and egress safety that we gave them. That's what I want. I want everything to be right. What they get, we get. What we get, they get. Simple as that. That's all I want. And if we say give them back at the Broomlawn stand, no way in this earth ever.
No chance.
So you're getting the same as everybody else. We'll take the same as everybody else. An allocation of 800 fans or whatever it is, but we want the same accesses and egress, and we don't want our fans getting threatened or shit on or whatever it is they do is. We just don't want any of that at all. So they've got to spend some money on barricades the same as Rangers did and get it right. Sorry, boys.
Fair comment.
Look, it was a special atmosphere yesterday. I was one of the ones that Rudy mentioned that I was a bit concerned that before the last Old Firm game and this one, but I couldn't say that the atmosphere was affected yesterday. I'd be lying if I said that. But great for the fans, and hopefully it'll be the catalyst now to maybe drive the board forward, Rudy Bear, to just give Mr. Gerrard what he's looking for, to improve our team and take us forward to the next step that we're sitting at the top of the league the next time we break.
100% agree with you. Agree with you 100% there, Ox. No, you've got to look at what he's done already. You've been saying earlier about the League Cup semi-final being like the big disappointment from this first half of the season, and I agree with him 100% as well. That was a crushing disappointment because I really did expect us to be able to turn them over, get to the final. We've all said that this Celtic team, I know what they're made out to be. No, certainly know what they're made out to be with their fans and the press. They're there for the taking. What we need to do now is add some quality. That's what the board's got to look at it. In January, we've got the January transfer window. It's not about a squad player anymore. It's not, it's about quality now. And if we can bring in a couple of real quality players now, the guys that's going to come in, hit the ground running, first team players right away, and going to start, put in some really good performances, whether coming off the bench or getting into that first starting 11. That's the kind of player we need, not just to bulk up the squad anymore. So I hope they see what they've seen so far, apart from the semi-final. As I said, it's been a big disappointment. Look at what he's done in Europe. Look where he goes to. He's expected that. We've got to the end of the year, and we're sitting joint top of the league. They're the top by dint of goal difference, but we're sitting joint top of the league and we've just put in an absolutely fantastic performance against them in our own house. That all has to be looked at, but it's got to be added to the Ox. You know what I mean? We've got to add to it now.
All right, can I just change the subject there? Just away from the game, and just because of it was remembered yesterday, but I know it's not the anniversary, and Rangers Radio will be back on January 2nd, of course, at 9 o'clock. But there was a leaflet that was given to Rangers Radio from us at the John Gregg statue yesterday. Our very own Travel Rug done it. There was a few people involved in getting the wreath there. It was donated from Facebook from one of the Ulster Bears. Big Ulster sorted it. Skipper got it. He got it to a friend of the show, Sammy, who delivered it up yesterday. We gave it to Fox. And then we got, and the Travel Rug laid it at the John Gregg statue for us yesterday. So for all those involved in helping Rangers Radio commemorate the 66, thanks very much for each and everybody's efforts.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, can I just a big shout out to all of you guys. Apologies, I couldn't. I was late, so apologies to everybody. I should have been there. But really and truly, it's from someone who was there in 71. It's a sad day, and a lot of the guys who are sitting around about me are all of similar age to me, and we were all thinking back to those days. So yes, very sad day, but what a day to get that victory, to commemorate. What a fantastic, I know it's not until the second, but it did the business for us, and spurred us on. And a great banner for them as well, you know. Never forget them. Never.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll be discussing
some
of that on Tuesday, and obviously we took a photograph of the wreath, and there was quite a few wreaths there, but it was a great gesture for the boys involved, and to the people. Never easy organising anything on the internet, so fair play to all the lads involved.
Can I come in on that just a wee second as well? I just want to say as well, a well done to the Celtic fans who managed to do a 95-minute silence yesterday. I thought that was really, really good of them. So, well played to the fans in there that stayed quiet for basically the majority of the game to commemorate the fans that lost their life. That was really good of them as well. So thanks for that.
The trouble with bullies, mate, when they get it back, they don't like it. Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Look, this was a special show. Was they planned or organised? Because obviously it's a Sunday night. So quickly, shout outs, Rudy Bear.
Oh, I'm going to give it to Steven Gerrard, I think, and the team, and the support. I'm just going to give it to everybody. I'm still buzzing for yesterday, as I said when I came on the show. More of that, please, in the second half, especially in the two Old Firm games that's still to go. But more of that in the second half of the season, please. Well done. Fantastic.
Denver.
A shout out to everybody, Rangers fans all over the world. We've been through a lot. This may be the time when we turn the corners, a la Souness in 1986. Where after we've been through and we've seen the first half of the season, now Souness, now Gerrard knows what he's up against the various teams. Just do it for Rangers. Just go for it. And thank you guys for all you do for likes of myself, an XL Bear. Thank you guys.
Jeep.
Andy Halliday.
Here. Bridgeman. Bridge.
Yes, I'm doing a bridge. No, I'm very, very happy. I'd just like to say a big thank you to the guys that put the show on, because it was unexpected for myself, and I really appreciate it. Obviously, I take on board what Denver's saying, and there's a lot of Bears all over the world who really but love being involved with Rangers Radio, and we give a good service to all these people. So can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here and Rangers Radio, every single one of us, keep it going for Club of Rangers. Keep it going. We need it. Cheers. By the way, Happy New Year.
Yeah, I was just going to say that from everybody. Can I thank everybody that's phoned in tonight? Obviously, the boys on the snow, Rudy Bear, Bridge, Jeeb, and Denver. Thank Jimmy for his call. It was great to hear from him. Just people keep coming and joining the site. I know there was a few people phoned over the weekend. I was told I've not listened to the shows, but fantastic. But for everybody at Rangers Radio, can I wish all the Rangers supporters involved in this site who listen intently every night and occasional listeners all the best for 2019. I hope everybody's a happy new year, and I hope it's a happy new year for all connected with the mighty Glasgow Rangers. We'll be back with a show on the 2nd of January for obvious reasons. Have a good nerd day and all the best. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Well, I took a trip to Eyebrow, my favourite team for to cheer, where they were playing the Glasgow Celtic. on the first day of the year. Now the ground was filled to capacity as the teams come out to play. The animals sang the soldiers' song, and the people sang Dolly Gray. Now half-time it came and went, and the Glasgow Celtic were in the lead. Fenian Tully was running everywhere, shaking his rosary beads, while the green flags, they were flying high. Celtic hearts were full of pride. The second half, sure it started, and the Rangers, they turned the tide. Won't you play up the Glasgow Rangers? Oh, play up the boys in blue. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. We're here to cheer for you. Now the ball goes out to Waddle, and from 30 yards he did score. Sure you couldn't hear your ears at Ibrox Park, for the sash my father wore. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. Sammy Cox is on the ball. He slips it through to Willie Woodburn, then on through to Ian McCall. McCall to Billy Simpson. Oh, here come the boys in blue. Well, Simpson beats the Celtic centre half, and then goes number 2. Now the Rangers fans are roaring. Jardine Young, he takes a free onto the head of William Simpson, and then goes number 3. While it's 3-1 for the Rangers, that was the final score. A happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Fenians once more.
banks of Clyde. They gather round to Timeless Park and loudly sing with pride. Oh yeah, it's R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. In case you didn't catch it, friend, I'll set your mind at rest. Oh yeah, it's R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. The boys in blue of Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best. Oh yeah, it's R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. In case you didn't catch it, friend, I'll set your mind at rest. Oh yeah, it's R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. The boys in blue of Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best. There's Richie Shearer, Robin, John Craig McKinnon too. There's Baxter, Henderson, George McLean, they proudly wear the blue. There's Miller, Brandon, Wilson, what better could you want? Plus 70,000 Rangers fans that proudly sing this chant. Oh yeah, it's R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. In case you didn't catch it, friend, I'll set your mind at rest. Oh yeah, it's R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. The boys in blue of Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best. Richie Shearer, Robin, John Craig McKinnon too. There's Baxter, Henderson, George McLean, they proudly wear the blue. There's Miller, Brandon, Wilson, what better could you want? Plus 70,000 Rangers fans that proudly sing this chant. Oh yeah, it's R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. In case you didn't catch it, friend, I'll set your mind at rest. Oh yeah, it's R-E-N-G-E-N-R-N-S. They're the boys in blue of Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best. They're the boys in blue of Ibrox High, the Scotland's very best.
Now, Dunbar, McCready, forward to Michael John, to Dickey, back to Cunningham, and it's Morton over to Young, a neat pass to Brand. He hits it on, and yes, it's a goal! Listen to that Ibrox crowd roar as Rangers start the new year with a wonderful goal. And listen to Callum Kennedy as he sings with the crowd, the Rangers Chorus.
Have you seen the Glasgow Rangers? Have you seen the boys in blue? They're admired by all who know them. If you saw them, so would you. Loved by all, they are good sportsmen. For fair play, they top the pole. There's a roar that beats old Hampden when they score the winning goal. On the slopes of dear old Ibrox, thousands gather for the fray, and they're glorious and victorious when the Rangers win the day. They have played way in Monaco, they have played in USA, but the greatest game in history is the game on New Year's Day. It's the home of famous heroes, and their praises have been sung. Willie Waddle, Tory Gillick, Alan Morton and George Young. So when all my life has ended, and when death has made its mark, may they scatter all my ashes on the slopes of Ibrox Park. With the angels I'll be singing up in heaven in a glen. I'll be happy and contented when the boys have won again. On my harp I will be playing in the sky way up above. I'll be singing follow, follow for the Rangers that I love.
Rangers, Rangers, easy okay. Look out everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, Rangers, easy okay. Look out everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers okay. Won't you come and cheer us? Help the boys along. White and blue, coming through with a song. Oh, Rangers, Rangers, easy okay. Look out everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, Rangers, easy okay. Look out everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers okay. We'll be there to do it, do it if we can. Win the cup, hold it up in our